This is the true tale of Texarkana, the town that dreads sundown, and how in the moonlight hours a killer lurks around Lover's Lane, terrorizing and killing the community. The year was 1946, Friday, February 22nd. An unlucky couple decided to stop on Lover's Lane, where a killer lurks, waiting for prey. Mary Jane Larry and Jimmy Halls were the Phantom's first set of victims. His clothing is a white sack mask with eye holes cut out. Then he attacked them, luckily not killing Mary or Jimmy, but he did seriously wound them, and even sexually assaulted Mary. The town didn't react to the attack, but people were scared after the first double murder on Sunday, March 24th. Polly Ann Moore and Richard L. Griffin were found dead in Griffin's car by a passing motorist. They were shot to death by the Phantom. Richard was shot twice, and both Polly and Richard were shot in the back of the head. Then the third attack happened on Saturday, April 13th, 1946. Betty Jo Booker was performing the saxophone with her band, the Rhythmaires. After her performance, she was picked up by her boyfriend, Paul Martin. Then, at 1:30 a.m., they stopped at North Park Road, the same place that the Phantom lurked. He shot Betty 2 times, once in the chest, then in her face. Paul was found 3 miles away from Betty's body. Betty's saxophone wasn't found until 6 months after the murders. Now the town was in a panic. Everyone was scared that they may be the next victims that the Phantom Killer can put his name to. The Texarkana Gazette stated the killer may attack on May 5th. The reason why they said that is because they found that the Phantom had a pattern. He would attack almost every 23 days. The citizens started getting more security. Stores sold out of locks, guns, ammunition, and window shades. On Friday, May 3rd, the most brutal crimes of all of them happened. Katie and Virgil Stocks were at home in their farmhouse when the killer attacked. Virgil put on his favorite radio station and sat in the armchair next to the window while Katie was lying on her bed. She thought she heard a noise from outside. To hear the noise better, she told Virgil to turn down the radio. With a silencer on his gun, the Phantom shot 2 times through the window, hitting Virgil in the back of the head. Since Katie was in the bedroom, it only sounded like Virgil broke a glass. To see what happened, she went out into the living room to see Virgil standing up, then fall back in his chair. She saw blood and ran to lift his head up, but he was already dead. Then she ran to the phone to call the police. But before she could crank the phone, she got shot in the face 2 times. One bullet entered her right cheek and exited behind her left ear, and the other went in her lower jaw, breaking it and splintering out teeth, before getting lodged under her tongue. But that didn't stop Katie. She ran outside to her neighbor's house with the killer on her tail, but no one was home, so she ran another 50 yards to another neighbor's house, and she was saved. Then things took a turn for the Phantom. He messed up. He left 3 clues behind at the farmhouse. Unlike his other killings, he didn't leave any evidence behind. The first clue was the type of bullets. The second clue was a flashlight in a hedge underneath the window Virgil was sitting next to. And the third was bloody shoe prints on the kitchen floor and smudged fingerprints in other places. The flashlight was their only usable clue, though. There's only a limited amount of flashlights that were sold in the area. There were no fingerprints on the flashlight. Bloodhounds were brought in to sniff out the killer. The hounds found 2 trails that led to the highway before the scent was lost. That was the last attack from the Phantom Killer, and after everything mellowed down, the film, The Town That Dreads Sundown, came out in 1976, 30 years after the events in Texarkana. The Phantom Killer's hood even inspired one of the most famous horror movie killers' original mask.
Jason, Mother is talking to you!
Jason, Mother is talking to you.
In 2014, they made a sequel to The Town That Dreads Sundown, titled The Town That Dreads Sundown, and there have been 9 non-fiction books about the events. There was a lot of tragedy in Texarkana, and a lot of fear too, but people started feeling safe again after a while. They never found out who the Phantom Killer was, or what motivated him to start killing. Some folks say he may still be out there, or decided to go to a different town. So if you ever hear tapping outside your window at night, or see a dark shadow lurking outside, maybe, just maybe, the Phantom has come for you.